Welcome back, everyone, to the Benelux Speedrunner Gathering Online 6. My name is Hud601, I am still your host, and we organise bi-monthly gatherings in the Benelux for speedrunners. Due to the situation surrounding COVID-19, however, we are currently doing our events online for the time being, and this event features streamers from both the Benelux and the rest of the world bringing you entertainment during the lockdown. If you'd like to participate in events similar to BSG, we highly recommend checking out UKSG. The UK Speedrunners Gathering is an event normally held in Glasgow, running 4 times a year supporting Crisis, but they are currently also doing their events online for the time being. I just want to remind you as well, for one of the upcoming incentives for our very next game, Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut, we do have an incentive for Be a Serious or Funny Samurai. That one's currently sat at €5, and we need 75 in order to hit it. So if you would like to donate, now is the perfect time. Maybe consider putting it towards that incentive so we can meet that one. But without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to Lakad, and they're going to be running Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Lakad, take it away.
Thank you very much. What's up, everybody? Yeah, I'm the cat, and today, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, another From Software game. You had earlier Dark Souls 3, and now we're going for Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. I won't be alone for this journey. I will have Murtag as a co-commentator. Murtag, if you want to introduce yourself, go ahead, man.
Yeah, I'm Murtag. I've been spearrunning this game on and off for quite a long time now. Mainly, my main category is the Shura and OSM category, but I've dabbled in Glitchless.
Yep. So we won't take so long to launch the game, and there we go. So the category is gonna be Shura Glitchless. So Shura is it's basically any percent. There's multiple endings in the game, and Shura ending is the first available. We will talk about it like a little bit later when we get to it. So the timer starts as soon as I select new game here. So be ready. Starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck, Lakad.
But thank you very much, man. Okay. So right at the beginning, there's nothing much to say. We're gonna begin with the tutorial of the game. So the reason here I'm jumping around, as you see, it's not because I don't have anything much to do, it's because we can't actually sprint here. So it is actually faster to jump around like this. When you do the game casually, like the game introduces you to the stealth mechanic of the game, but it's slower, so we're just gonna make our way. Oh, come on, please. Okay. So I'm just gonna try to avoid these snipers. There's a chance of me getting hit, but it should be okay. At least for the moment. And there we go.
Yeah, it's pretty much a dice roll. Sometimes you just get hit and it really sucks, but it is what it is.
It is what it is, yes. So now I just picked up my weapon, so my sword and my healing gourd, and now I can sprint again. So another quick thing to add, I'm actually playing on console at the moment, on the Xbox Series X, so I have these pop up sometimes. So it's a little bit different if you play on the PC version, because like you can add, I don't know the technical stuff of it, but like you can have like a software that will enter the input of the pop-up menu automatically, so you won't have these on PC, but we have them on console, which is alright.
Yeah, on PC we decided to kind of run with a plugin that just improves the quality of life of the run slightly, improves the timer, and also gets rid of those tutorial pop-ups, but obviously console doesn't have that luxury.
And now we're gonna get to a very intense fight.
Yeah. Hardest fight of the whole run right here.
Oh no.
Right
Murtag, dude, I died. Oh no, man.
Oh, what are you gonna
what should
I
I
don't know
do?
what you're gonna do now, man.
No, run this curse. Reset. Oh, no.
Yeah.
No, this is a bad joke. So we got the intentional death here. No, intentional. Yeah, intentional. Sorry. The reason you can actually beat Genichiro at this point, but it's slower and slow because the fight's kind of long, and the result is the same. Like you will have the same result. You will lose your arm basically. Spoiler alert. But like it's the beginning of the game. Come on, like forget about it. Oh yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, yeah, you actually get a very slightly different cutscene, which is kind of interesting, but that they actually put that in. But it's, I'm sure very few people saw that, at least on their first playthrough.
Okay, so I'm just gonna. Oh, come on. So you're probably gonna have like some ASMR control sounds during the run because my mic is really close to me, but that's okay. Should be alright. Murtag, I'm going to concentrate a little bit here. So, if you want to explain,
Yeah, I can run it through.
Yeah.
So, first he's going to use Gachin, and that kind of makes him mostly invisible, so that he can get a stealth death blow here that you probably wouldn't thought you could get. And he's basically going to be up on this chain dagger. So you can see in the top left, most mini bosses have 2 HP bars. That stealth death blow instantly gets rid of 1, so that saves a good amount of time. And then he's just going to fight the other one regularly. It's quite a unique boss. Normally we'd be deflecting attacks a lot, like you saw there, but he's mainly just going to be kind of dodging around. And by maxing out the posture bar at the top of the screen, once that maxes out, he can deal the death blow, and that actually gets rid of the HP bar and ends the fight. This is also the first difference between glitchless and glitched, because we can actually skip that fight in unrestricted, but glitchless, that's forbidden, so we have to fight him.
Yeah. Oh, and maybe it might be an interesting thing to say. It's not the same in Dark Souls, because even on glitchless and Dark Souls, you can do like what we can call quit out. And on Sekiro, it's completely forbidden. You don't have like the right to do it. So yeah, that's another little difference between unrestricted and glitchless.
Yeah, there's a couple of tricks that you can do with quit outs, so yeah, it's not allowed in glitchless.
So here what I'm doing, I'm flicking the shimmy a little bit. The reason is because there's actually a thing called canyon skip when you will do like a jump. And, you will do a wall jump basically on the cliff, and it saves like, I don't know, is it like 10 seconds or so or something?
About 7 seconds.
Yeah, something like this. I'm just going for like the moving shimmy because it's safer for me, and yeah, it's still fast. Like, oh come on, please. So
yeah,
I
it's
grab.
a hard strike and it loses about 40 seconds.
Yeah,
so
easily.
you miss.
So I grabbed the Echo Sugar. This is a sugar. There's a few sugars in the game, like the Gachin, and the Echo is just gonna increase your damages. And now we're gonna fight the first proper boss of the game, Gyobu Oniwa. So Gyobu Oniwa is pretty annoying for speedrunning because it's a pretty RNG dependent boss. And yeah, so we have to deal with his attacks, and oh, that's pretty good. Actually, oh, never mind.
Yeah, so there's 2 main ways that you can build up that posture meter. One is to hit him, but also to deflect the attack. So every time you see those big orange sparks, which the cat has got on almost every attack, he's timing a block right before he gets hit. It's a fairly generous window, it's like half a second, but you want to do it on absolutely every attack, and that builds it up. Which is the main thing that differentiates Sekiro from, say, Dark Souls, is actually, like, parrying the attacks is the main way you kind of deal damage to the boss. Yeah, this is a really technical fight. If you're going for world record, this is probably the most technical and hardest fight in the game, just because there's so much variance in how Gyobu can fight. There's so many patterns he can do, which loses a lot of time. But the cat's making him look pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I took like 2 hits, 3 hits, I think, but it's still decent. Yeah, it's not the fastest way to do the fight, but as I said, it's a pretty RNG dependent. If you want to go for like a big PB or anything, yeah, this is probably the most important part of the run to save time. So yeah, because I think you can like easily lose, I don't know, man, like 30 seconds or something easy.
Yeah, different attacks are just so much faster than each other, and the top player is really good at baiting all the right attacks and stuff.
So what I did here, I talked to a NPC. It's really important to talk to these NPC because there's a trigger system in the game, and if you don't talk to him, you can't talk to another NPC later in the game, and you can't like progress in the game and unlock the rest of the story. So really important to talk to him. Lucky for us, he's just like beside the arena of the boss, so it's pretty convenient for us. And what I used here is a memory. When you beat every single main bosses, I will say, of the game, you will have what they call a memory in the game. And the memory is an item, I will say, that you can use to increase your power attack to do more damages. And it's like a constant, like it's a constant buffer, basically, I will say. I think it's a nice way to putting it. And yeah.
Yeah, it makes a huge amount of difference. Well worth using. But now we've got Ball, which is one of the more infamous fights. You really just want this fight to just go really smooth and just be over really fast. Hitting Ball in the head does way more damage than hitting anywhere else, so we're just going to take Ball on head on, literally. We also really want to parry all the Ball attacks. If you miss a parry, the Ball will just keep running around the arena. So just want to get perfect deflects, which is really difficult because the hitboxes are very unclear. Often Sekiro looks like he's deflecting the air. Yeah, so the CAD got a little bit unlucky. This is dragging out a little bit, but handled it really well, getting the staggers.
Yeah, that was
died to this fight.
that was a pretty bad fight, but yeah, I missed the opening because at the opening you can like instant deflect his first attack, and it will basically get not stuck, but it will stop moving and just beside of you, and you will just attack him. Really important that you can actually stun the boss after 5 attacks when you have the echo. So this is part of the strat. I missed it, but like I was still able to do the fight. So
yeah, dying on the fight is so easy because even when you get deflects, it still does fire damage.
oh yeah,
which is so
yeah,
unfair.
right. So here I grabbed the Shinobi Esoteric text. This is a item that will unlock the tree of skills in the game, and I just grabbed the Mikiri counter, which is gonna be pretty useful in the run. So and now we're gonna make our way to the second main boss of the game, which is Genichiro again. You know the guy we met in the beginning, but he just wrecked us. Feels bad, man. And we're gonna take our
this time
revenge.
we actually need to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. That guy can't win the fight. We have to like.
Yeah.
We have to let him know. So here I'm gonna do. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. No. Do
No.
you want to explain it?
Yeah. Go
Okay. Yeah.
ahead.
Cool. So here he's actually going to do like a skip called Dojo Skip,
Oh, man.
which actually is allowed in Glitchless because it doesn't actually skip any fights. It's a very commonly, like a common misbelief that you have to fight the elite, but you don't actually. There's a totally regular way to just run around and skip the fight, but we can just do this instead.
So here oh yeah, go ahead. Yeah, please go ahead, because it's gonna be complicated for me to talk here.
Yeah. So yeah, here we're seeing our first example of dead angling. So basically, in Sekiro and in a lot of Dark Souls games, if an enemy is not, if you're not looking at an enemy, they won't block your attacks. And this is what's happening here. We bait Genichiro into this corner, and then by facing away from him and just letting the sweeping edge of our hitbox hit him, we can hit him, and he won't ever block, which will just unlock. There is a kind of a technicality to this. The 5th attack doesn't arc around enough, so he has to like very kind of carefully turn to face Genichiro after you started the attack, but you did that really well. I see people mess up a lot, and made it look easy. And then the next part of the fight, you can't do the same strat. but it's not too bad. We're basically just looking for lightning. Yeah, so we got that first lightning. When we deflecting that back is easily the fastest way to beat the fight. Perfect RNGs, he just does that twice in a row and you instantly win. Here we got pretty average RNG, which is to get one lightning right away and then he kind of does whatever. Solid fight. Probably made that look very easy compared with people's casual playthroughs.
Oh yeah,
which
definitely.
took a couple hours.
Oh, it took me more than a couple of hours for me. Like, definitely. I'm gonna try something here. Something funky. I got it, okay. So the thing I did here, I won't explain it because it's pretty much technical stuff. This is a way to have like a fast cutscene. That's a little trick. Like if you want to go for like big PB or records on anything, yeah. This is what you can do. Tricks like this. This is actually a good moment if you have like anything to read or something.
Thank you very much for that. I just want to remind everyone that we are raising money for Mind, which is a nationwide organisation committed to prevent mental health issues and to support everyone who is dealing with mental issues themselves or within their family. All of your donations will go to Mind. And in every region of the world, mental disorders surpass around 10% of the population. And governments seem to lack momentum in reducing the burden of mental health problems, as only 55% have mental health awareness and only 8% have suicide prevention plans. And organisations like Mind help raise awareness to the issue, helping us get one step closer to a world where everyone gets the help that they need.
Yeah, definitely a great cause
Thanks so
to
much.
donate for. Okay.
Yeah, so Ishin here, this is the NPC that wouldn't be here if we didn't speak to the Tengu NPC earlier.
And this is the guy we talked to
Yeah.
after Gilbu, but shh, spoilers.
Yeah,
We
totally
don't,
not the same.
yeah, we don't have to say that much. But yeah, spoiler. Yeah, that was Ishin from the beginning. You know, pulling the strings, kind of. And yeah, so I just grabbed an item here called the Gunfort Key because we are going to go to that area later in the run. Not now, but we grabbed the item because, you know, it's already done. So now there's a little. We're gonna go for a little walk to go to the next area called the Sempu Temple, and we're gonna fight some bosses, mid bosses. So definitely good stuff coming up, you know.
Yeah, this is kind of the mid game of the run. This is where everything kind of really opens up. Our goal is to get 3 different items: the Lotus Flower, the Shelter Stone, and the Mortal Blade, and you can get them in any order.
Yep.
So we're on the way to get the Mortal Blade.
And yeah, just a little tease, but the Mole Blade is gonna be useful in the speedrun of this game. It's not just like a story item. It's I think it's gonna be pretty much self-explanatory, right? Like when we will see the Mole Blade in action, I guess.
Yeah, I mean its lore is that it can kill even immortal enemies. So
So,
gotta be pretty strong.
So on the
right?
paper, yeah, it should be pretty good, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, when I played this game casually, it wasn't actually that great, and then in one of the patches, they just buffed it and made it deal double damage.
Yeah, right.
So
Oh yeah,
if you play the game now, it's pretty good.
because yeah, we are playing on the final patch of the game. For the moment, well, I'm saying for the moment, but I don't think there will be more patches of this game now. But we'll never know. So this is the final patch, the 1.06, and yeah, on this version, the Mole Blade it's just ridiculous, man. Like really. But yeah, if you compare it to like first version of the games, so I'm gonna grab this one as well. I'm gonna grab the 2. So if you compare it to the 1.02 or even the first patch, the day 1 patch, yeah, man, like the Mole Blade was pretty much garbage, I will say. Not maybe garbage, but it wasn't that good. And now, like, yeah, the weapon is OP. And so you're gonna see it even on Shura Glitchless is gonna be pretty self-explanatory, but if you watch like a all bosses run, there is a lot of mid bosses, especially, that will die in a heartbeat, because like if you combine with the sugar that increase your power and a lot of memories after the boss fights, yeah, man, like some bosses will just vanish, like completely. But
Yeah.
for the moment, we're gonna go for new mid bosses, and funny enough, this is probably my favorite mid bosses in the game, Armored Warrior. And the strat on this mid boss is gonna be interesting. As you see, we don't deal damage to his life bar, so we only just do damages to his posture bar. I'm gonna focus a little bit. So
Yeah,
we
he
just
actually doesn't-
yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah, he doesn't even have like a way to like properly kill him. The only way to kill him is by getting him to die to gravity. So once you manage to get a death blow, you can push him back, and if he's got his back to the edge, then he's a goner.
Yeah, he's dead. Sad. Feels bad, man. And he screams Roberto, yeah. This is why I just did this before, because yeah. This is a meme in the community, yeah, when he screams Roberto. I won't talk too much about the lore of this game, because if you... Oh, thank you. If you play the From Software game, you will know that the lore on these games are pretty obscure, I will say. It's a good way of putting it. And you don't have much information about the lore, so you don't know very much what's going on in these games, especially in Dark Souls. Sekiro is like, it's better on this side, because like, I don't know, I have the feeling that Sekiro is more like helpful about the lore with you, like with the casual players.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's definitely not the case with Dark Souls. But that's actually pretty good. Okay, so I got hit while I was using my sugar, so it just canceled the animation, so that's actually pretty good.
Oh no, it's like a 1 second time save.
Yeah, that's pretty poggers.
So here we're on the monkeys boss fight. It's kind of like a puzzle boss fight. You're supposed to kind of use various parts of the environment to be able to catch them, but with the help of the Gatchin sugar, we can actually just sneak up and take them out in a much more direct way. This last purple one is easily the scariest. Hopefully we don't get trolled. Nice, yeah.
Yeah, that was
No problem.
scary a little bit. Yeah, this last monkey is scary, because like you can get trolled and memed by the, how can I call them, like the Phenomatic, yeah, the ghost monkeys. And now we're gonna grab the cheat code. Oh, sorry. The mole blade, here we go. So I'm just gonna equip it, of course, because otherwise we can't use it. I'm gonna take this idol. So here I'm gonna use a memory, because the screen monkeys are considered as actually bosses. And now I'm gonna grab some things, and there we go. So I just took the jumping mole draw, because I don't know if we mentioned it, but like when you do a jump mole draw, it does way more damages. Why?
Yeah,
I don't know.
We don't really know why it does more, but it seems to be something to do with the fact that the game thinks it's empowered if it's a jumping one, but
it's probably even a bug. Like it's even possible. I don't know, but like I think we have like theories about how it works, but I'm not I don't think we are sure 100% how it works. And yeah, as you see on the how is it, like on the right down corner of the game of the screen, the 16 thingy. This is my emblems. So every time I will use a mole blade attack, it will use my emblems, and one slash is 3 emblems. So there is some kind of management, I will say, about your emblems, but it should be alright, since every boss is gonna just vanish under every slashes. And then go ahead.
It's not too bad to manage the emblems. You get quite a few just naturally. So
I'm just gonna take the idol just to be safe. Like, we never know. Because this is a pretty tough area. You will see it's going to be, as well, pretty self-explanatory. So this is Gunfort. And so for the moment, it's pretty alright. Just one guy over there. There's a mid-boss, but we're just going to ignore him. The hard part is now. So I gotta go across this bridge while avoiding getting hit by the snipers, because there's a hell lot of snipers over here. So I'm gonna just pray, basically. Oh, there's a one that shot like really early. That was scary. Okay.
Yeah, this is easily the worst part of Glitchless as far as I'm concerned.
Man, if I can get it like without getting hit, it will be pretty poggers. And I think I... Yeah, okay.
Nice.
No hits, no
Yeah.
hits. Wow.
That's fairly uncommon. It's not that often that it happens with completely no hits at all. Not dying is good enough. Yeah, it's pretty much luck. This is the first time we're going to see the mortal draw in action. This is like the rhythm game boss, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But he's going to fight him normally and then do a jumping mortal draw, and you'll see how much posture damage that does. It's just absolutely absurd.
Yeah.
It just takes the boss out in seconds.
It's completely ridiculous, man. Like, it's... and it's just a mid-boss. Like, it's... And I think this mid-boss has... I don't think it has, like, a lot of HP, but it's still, like... It still does, like, a hell tons of damages, for sure.
Yeah, it's not an early game boss.
Yeah,
You just take it out in nothing.
definitely. So here I'm gonna grab the idol. It's really important to take this idol. Actually, I'm gonna rest. You know what? Just to be safe. Really important to take that one, because there's actually a boss in this general area, but we are not going to find him yet. We're gonna make our way to another boss, and by doing a very scary jump here.
Don't fall, kid.
Okay. So this jump is not, it's not a difficult one to do, I will say, but it's easy to miss. So yeah, I want to say it's worse, but you know, with practice everything is pretty okay. And
Yeah, it's actually easier than it looks.
it is, yeah, but you can miss it for sure. So I'm just gonna avoid the big boy snake. You're not supposed to do that casually, by the way. So kids, just play the game like From Software wanted you to play the game. Don't do that. I think, I don't remember actually, it's been a long time I haven't played this game casually, man. I think for this one you will need to get the Puppeteer Ninjutsu, and because there is a monkey, I think, in the area. I don't remember the exact details of it, but...
Yeah, the monkey distracts the snake. And you actually have puppeteers. You could have done that. It's just...
Oh yeah, that's true, because you grab it on after the monkeys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, spoiler, that was a mid-boss. It wasn't...
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean...
Yeah, I think a lot of people casually struggle on the Snake Eyes boss fight.
Oh yeah,
so...
me the first one,
yeah.
man. Like, honestly, I think I spent like, I don't know, hours and hours on this mid-boss. It doesn't look like, but this is a really hard mid-boss. Especially because she has one attack, which is a grab. You can actually deflect the grab, but the timing is really precise. So if you miss it, yeah, it's pretty over. And with my HP right now, it would have been like, I don't know if it would have been like a one-shot. Probably will be, but...
I'm pretty sure it would have one-shot,
Yeah.
Yeah, we've pretty much reached the point where most strong attacks will just one-shot us now, because we haven't collected any beads to increase our health.
And most important,
so
because I grabbed the Yashariku sugar, and the Yashariku sugar is really... you know what, Murtag, you can explain if you want. Like,
yeah, so Yashariku sugar is a buff item that lets us... It halves our max health, but we do significantly more damage, like 25% more. So it's really useful, especially when you just die in one shot anyway. And yeah, he just did
probably one of the
totally
toughest,
the hardest boss fight in the game.
Man, like, I'm still stressful about this.
Yeah, before that he did Temple Skip, jumping off the tree. Slightly finicky, but no problem. Just to try it again. That's allowed in Glitchless because it doesn't skip any fights. It just saves about 15 seconds of running around the arena. So.
Because you have to do like a little detour, otherwise to get on the roof. And yeah, I'm just gonna say like the mid boss I just killed. I was like, yeah, this is hard and everything. The mid boss is basically AFK, like basically. So she doesn't attack, like yeah, it's pretty easy. And now we are going for another boss. This is a boss. The strat on this boss is pretty famous actually. If you already seen like Sekiro speedruns, you've probably already seen it. But I think it's always good to remind everyone how it works. So
shall I go through it?
yeah, please.
Yeah, yeah. So this is a bit of a scary strat. So basically, what he wants to do here is to do a stealth aerial death blow on the boss, which will one-shot it. It turns out the boss can't see around the edge of the arena. It's running around the edge of the arena. That means that the boss doesn't aggro onto you. But now we need to push the boss backwards. Pushing the boss backwards with all those items makes it close enough so that jumping off that pillar means that you can get the aerial death blow. And because it's just doing an aerial death blow, it's allowed in Glitchless. Because doing aerial death blows is not banned.
Yeah, let's say it's more like an exploit of the game, I will say, than the glitch. And now
it's a really fun strat.
almost warped to the Dilapidated Temple. This is not what I wanted to do, but that's okay. So now we have one more item to collect, which is the flower. I don't remember the exact name of it, but like, yeah, a flower.
Yeah, the lotus flower.
Yeah, the lotus flower. Thank you. Thank you.
We're actually closing in towards the end of the run. We're in the kind of the end game now. We've got 2 out of 3 items, and we've already got this idol close towards Guardian Ape. So it's just Guardian Ape and then final bosses.
Yeah, so there's like 3 more bosses, and yeah, and that will be it. And for the moment, I haven't died. So for the moment, this is a deathless run, so that's pretty good. That's pretty progress.
Yeah, it's been really solid. No major mistakes at all.
Yeah, for the moment.
It's been great.
It's not over yet, though. I'm just gonna grab the idol, because imagine I die on this little guy over here. Might should be okay.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna focus on this one, because yeah, it can escalate really quickly.
Yeah. So this is probably the hardest fight in the whole run. It's the main reason why we grabbed Jumping Mortal Draw. So as you saw there, he opened with the Jumping Mortal Draw. That is the most consistent way to start the fight. If we didn't have that, we'd have to go for a much trickier setup or one that's RNG dependent. Then we set up the stun lock, which they can stun no problem. Basically, we push Guardian Ape through the first 2 stagger phases, but not into the 3rd one. And then when it ends, we just immediately restart it, and it just creates a loop. You have to. It's a little bit harder than it looks because you have to time your attacks, but it's not too bad. It makes the fight a lot better. And yeah, no problem, right?
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
Oh, it's not over. Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, so then you have to beat him again while he hasn't got a head. So this is the trickier part.
Yeah.
So we do have Mortal Blade. Oh, that's unlucky. On the very first attack.
That's alright.
Normally, yeah, it opens up with that scream. We interrupt the scream with the Mortal Draw, and then we just want to deflect one of his combos because we want him to do the overhead attack. Deflecting the overhead attack causes him to fall over, and that gives you opportunity to deal a lot of damage. And then hopefully we can just take him out pretty fast before we run out of emblems. Hopefully we can just get through it. Nice, yeah. My view's a bit delayed, but yeah, it looks good fight, good fight. I was really unlucky with that opening attack.
I hate this boss so much, dude.
I was not expecting that attack as an opener either.
Yeah. Yeah, I was, because he usually, opened the fight with the screams, but it can happen that he won't, so it's like the little surprise at the end, but I mean, we still did the fight first try, so that's really good.
Yeah, so in this game, if when you go down, you actually don't fully die until you until you're out of resurrections. And we, as the subtitle of this game alludes to, Shadows Die Twice, we can resurrect 1 or more times, and so he could just resurrect there to
Oh,
get a
that's
second
smart.
chance.
Yeah, Shadows Die
Yeah.
Twice. I got it. Wow. Insane.
Yeah, wow.
Big brain.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna grab 1 more Yash, and yeah, so now I have 3 Yash, and I'm gonna use all 3. So now we will get to the actual end of the run. Actually, this is the last boss fight, and there's 2 bosses, Emma and Ishin, and so we're gonna make through both of them. And funny thing, if you die, for example, at Ishin after beating Emma, you will have to do Emma back again. So fingers crossed for everything first try. It should be okay though, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
So this is the moment that makes the run a Shura run, because you pick the decision that most people take, then you do the Immortal Severance, but by picking the evil option of siding with Owl, then you trigger this Shura ending, which is like the evil ending. So Emma is this first fight. We just Yash straight away, so we deal more damage, because Emma just one-shots us anyway. It's a reasonably straightforward fight if you react to everything that she does really quickly, but she can still troll you, especially with losing time by backing off, which she did a bunch at the start, but like kept his cool. So we basically just kind of want to go back and forth. She hits us, we deflect, we repeat, and that was a solid fight, no real mistakes.
I didn't want it to take too much risk, but yeah, she was trolling a little bit. And now the actual final boss, and it looks familiar.
And it's Ishin, whoa!
You bastard.
This is a very tough fight casually, but in a speedrun we can kind of deal with everything he does as long as we react perfectly. That can be tricky if he does some nasty stuff, or you got a really nasty path there.
Yeah.
That's like one of the mega troll things. Yeah, kind of went into a dodge stance and did a grab, which is really rare. But yeah, blasting straight through with the Yash, we deal so much damage. We can interrupt his like big super fire attacks with the mortal draw, which is a huge benefit.
I just learned something here. I didn't know you could dodge the. Okay, that's alright. Because I actually took the it intentionally, because I knew it would have been complicated to dodge it. But it happens. It can happen.
Yeah. So one of the mechanics that's unique to this fight is when Ishin like puts his sword to his side, like he looks like he's wide open. He's actually kind of, I call it his dodge stance.
Yep.
Where the next hit he will just sidestep it and then immediately counter, either with a grab or with a slash. And you think like, oh okay, if he's just doing a little sidestep, you know, something like that giant mortal draw swing, he's not going to be able to dodge that. But
so it seems, yeah,
otherwise.
It seems he has iframes, but yeah, sorry, should be right.
Yeah, I don't think any attacks. Maybe there's like there might be a prosthetic or something that will hit him and he won't be able to dodge it. But
maybe the firecrackers, but it doesn't do any damages. So
yeah.
So yeah, I got to do all the fights again.
Yeah. So
but that's okay.
Anyone that's tried to do this fight casually will know about running up to the fight and fighting Emma all over again many times. Yeah, this is actually going to be quite tricky now. It's really going to be a test of the CAD skill because we have no Yash anymore, so we can't buff our damage. These fights are going to be longer, so the CAD's going to have to play perfectly for a bit longer. Emma, again, not giving the absolute best patterns that you want to see, with a bit of trolling, but the main thing is that when Emma steps back, you need to think very carefully about what you do, because if you attack and whiff right as she goes to attack, she just kills you. So it's kind of like, how much do you want to risk going for an attack, or you just want to wait until she attacks, but that might take a little while, which can be annoying, and she's recovering posture while she does that.
Okay, Ishin, let's go.
So yeah, no Ishin again. Again, we're just gonna, phase 1 is not too bad, we just deflect his counterattack. Luckily it's really consistent. Basically when you if you attack his block, he'll then deflect the next attack, and he only has a certain number of things he does after he deflects. We know what to do in all of those scenarios, and so we can kind of keep the fight really consistent. And wow, you got another real troll move.
Yeah, he doesn't.
So I may as well explain this at this point.
He doesn't want to be nice today.
Yeah, so most of the time Ishin just plays really nice, but every now and again he has a bunch of like wild cards he can throw out, and one of the ones that crops up the most is after you kick him, after jumping over a sweep, sometimes he can just instantly go into his dodge stance, and you can't even really see because you're in the air, but that means that as you're coming down and doing a slash, he dodges your slash and then counter attacks. You can't even see it. You have to have really fast reactions to deal with it.
Okay.
Nice.
So yeah, the last phase was better. Thank God. And the
Yeah,
time is going pretty soon, by the way. As soon as you see Sekiro Shadows Die Twice appearing on the screen, that will be time. So be ready. I'm gonna skip the cutscene first. And time.
Nice.
So it seems
job.
that thank you. Let's see the IGT just for fun. I don't have any, like, I don't have the stream open, so I don't know what my time is, but I don't know if I overestimate or underestimate. I don't know, but
I can confirm it was a 38:45 on stream. So just underestimate.
so it seems like this game is it doesn't want to cooperate, like, because because just a little reminder, I did run this game for UKSG and I died as well, but on Ape, and now it's Ishin, so maybe next time it's gonna be, I don't know, Corrupted Monk, Gilbu.
Yeah, this fight. This game is really hard to run consistently. There's just so many little things, like we saw with Ishin, the obscure attacks that you have to worry about. They can just make this really difficult. So
Yeah,
I think you did really well to, I think pulling this game through in a marathon is a tough thing to do.
I mean,
and
like every
so
like
well done.
when you speedrun a From Software game on the marathon, like, it's not gonna be like not a pleasure, but like it's not gonna be like easy for
Not
sure.
easy.
But actually, for a marathon run, until my death on Ishin, the run was actually pretty good, I think, because I mean, it was a deathless run at this point, so even if I had like a decent RNG, not the best RNG possible, but okay RNG, I will say, yeah, that was pretty nice. And this is a 36-minute IGT, actually, so that's
Yeah, that's a really solid time.
yeah, that's pretty good time, especially on console, because like the loads are a little bit slower. Even on Series X, it's a little bit slower than PC. I don't know by how much, but anyway. So yeah, on console, this is a pretty solid run, and I even want to say, like, just finishing a run is a solid run in this case for this game, because like this game is terribly hard, but it's so much fun to run. And yeah, that's pretty it. That was Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, Shura ending, Glitchless. Hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed running it, and yeah, that was a lot of fun, actually. Really a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was really fun. Thanks for having me as commentator.
Yeah, I mean, thank you for being here, Murtag, because yeah, honestly, yeah, because I was really stressed out during the fights, because it's really complicated for some fights to like talk and be concentrated on the fight and everything. So yeah, thank you very much for being here, and thanks for having me, BSG, and yeah, that's pretty much it, actually. So yeah.
Thank you very much for coming along to run that, CAD. And Murtag, thank you for the fantastic commentary as well. We had a couple of donations during the end part of that run that I'd just like to read out quickly. Shang-Chi4050 donated $50. Oh, sorry, 50 euros, I should say. We are in euros here. No comment on that one, but thank you very much for that donation. And Anonymous, very generous Anonymous, donated 10 euros as well. Says, thank you for great games and a great cause. And has put that one towards the 1001 Spikes character color choice, which means brown is now in the lead. So once again, thank you very much for coming along to run Sekiro for us. Stick around, chat, because coming up next we have Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut. We'll be right back.